We did the Renaissance, we did the 2000s, now it's time to do the most recent phase of Disney, the 2010s. This was actually a good decade for Disney, and with the exception of a few slip-ups, they did really well. So, let's get on with the ranking.
Buzz Lightyear, the world's greatest superhero, now the world's greatest toy!
Do you like advertisements? Well, Ralph Breaks the Internet is one hell of an advertisement. I liked the first Wreck-It Ralph, and I think it would have been a cool concept to tackle the idea of online gaming and the arcade going out of business, but this movie is just full of, hey look, there's that other stuff in media.
Look
it
at
really
this,
annoys
it's
me.
Marvel.
All the other
It's
ideas.
Marvel, right?
Star Wars
Avengers
and
Assemble.
Successors.
Rescue.
A really emotional and sweet film, and followed it up with this. Vanellope, just turns into a cliche, sing-songy princess, and then her entire, arc from the first movie is kind of, ruined as she leaves Sugar Rush into Slaughter Race. Ralph turns into a whiny baby. All of the YouTube, stuff, it's not YouTube, it's BuzzTube, is annoying. All of the Disney princesses of past make a cameo just for, a YouTube thumbnail in the trailer. And it's just so sad how they took the first Wreck-It Ralph and followed up with this shit show. Ugh.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is it?
I really wanted to like Frozen 2. The animation is amazing, and I really liked some of the songs, like Into the Unknown, Lost in the Woods, and Show Yourself. These moments really made me feel positive and gave off classic Disney magic. However, I'm really not happy with the character choices in this movie. Anna has just become insecure about everything said by Elsa or Kristoff, and it doesn't match with the Anna with the first movie, who's one of my favorite Disney protagonists. Kristoff is a klutzy idiot whose whole arc is trying to propose to Anna, and it really doesn't work for me. Olaf is Olaf, and explain something to me. If the four elements are fire, water, earth, and air, how is the fifth element ice? Ice is solid water. I do not understand. I mean, I get it, this had a troubled production, if you look behind the scenes, but just spend a couple more years on it. You were trying to push it out, but just work on it a little longer. And, Frozen 3 has already been confirmed, so, please take a little bit more time, please, because I want it longer and better, rather than short and bad.
That's what she said.
Would this make me a furry if I said smash?
I really liked Zootopia the first few viewings. The concept was good, the jokes mostly landed, and the main characters are easy enough to root for. However, recently watching it, I just didn't like it as much as I used to. The twist villain is super weak and predictable. I understand the movie was trying to aim for racial points, but there were points when it was just too on the nose, and it just didn't land in the way it intended. And I hope the sequel does good. I'm curious to see what it's going to do in the 2020 era with everything that's happened since 2016, because a lot has changed. And, yeah, Tumblr did a lot for this movie.
A bear did cocaine.
I was a huge Winnie the Pooh fan growing up, and I remembered watching this film as a part of my Winnie the Pooh binges, but I remembered nothing about it. Rewatching this film, I found it very charming and nostalgic. It was very childlike to the Pooh I remembered for when I was a kid. And while the plot with Christopher Robin was kind of weak from a critic's standpoint, I enjoyed it. This was a comfort movie. But the other ones higher on this list are just critically better, so I had to put this while it is. But I still love Winnie the Pooh very dearly, and this film was very cute.
Too much thrust! Too much thrust! Too much thrust!
Big Hero 6, while it is top 5 for me, I feel is highly overrated. While many people love this film, it's just okay for me. Hiro dealing with Tadashi's loss was heartbreaking to watch, and I feel for him. Baymax is really cute and has some really fun moments, and the Stan Lee cameo was really cool. However, the other members of the team were really one-dimensional and hard to find interesting, and Dr. Callahan was a really poopy villain. I get they were trying to be like the opposite of Hiro when dealing with grief, while one can learn to accept it while the other sinks deeper into grief. But the poor execution, it was kind of disappointing for me. But, Baymax really, steals the show for me. And I haven't watched the Baymax show yet, but, I might check it out later. But overall, I don't think it's as good as people say, but it's still pretty good.
Cold. Very cold.
Frozen is really cool. A lot of people on the internet either really give it extreme hate or extreme love. And I'm kind of in the extreme like category. Sure, the music was overplayed a lot, but it was a really heartwarming or heart-freezing story. Anna in this movie is one of the best characters in newer Disney, and the sisterly bond is a great story told. The thing that brings it down for me is Hans. Hans' villain twist is very cheap, and I think he should have stayed a protagonist with the kiss not working, but that's just me. Maybe I'll make, a separate video, explaining Hans, because I think the potential was there, and that would have upped the movie, in general, but I don't know. Other than that, I also think Elsa could have been, written a little bit better, but, Elsa was good. She's, probably the most popular Disney character, outside of, the main animal characters. So, yeah, Frozen. It's iconic, and while it might not be the best, I still really enjoy it, and will watch it from time to time.
Finish him!
Wreck-It Ralph is really cute. Ralph is a really lovable character, and I love his story of wanting to be the good guy and helping Vanellope. The arcade setting is super nostalgic, and the familiar faces were there for storytelling and not for ad placements like in the sequel. I liked the hero's duty bugs and the toxic kids, but Turbo felt kinda weird. I liked the myth of Turbo that they set up, but the final twist was kinda anticlimactic for me. And, he just kind of becomes a duty bug, 5 seconds later. So, they have all this build-up, and then it just kind of falls flat for me. And, I don't know, it just kind of fell on its face. But, overall, the rest of the story was so sweet, done really well, and I just loved it so much. And Wreck-It Ralph, it's amazing, and I'm glad that they never made a sequel.
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald, man.
Tangled gives off the most classic Disney vibes of newer Disney, and it's amazing. Rapunzel is so pure, and her journey of the outside world is so fun to see. Mother Gothel is a really scary villain, and it's a really good example of toxicity and Stockholm Syndrome in Disney media. All the songs are really amazing, and of course, my man Flynn Rider uses his expert thieving skills to steal the show and becomes the best love interest in Disney. There's no competition. This movie finally made the step towards perfecting 3D animation, and it's so beautiful, but it's only number 2.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
At number 1, we have Moana. Moana is breathtaking. From the stunning animation and locations to the characters, this is a movie I can watch constantly and always find something to enjoy. Moana and Maui are great protagonists to follow, and they work really well off of each other. The songs are spectacular, some of the best of modern Disney, and the villain twist is some of Disney's best work today. Tamatoa had so much depth, and you can really understand his actions for everything he did. Okay, I'm just kidding. The whole story, you're led to believe that we had to defeat Te Kā, the lava monster, in order to restore the heart of Te Fiti, but that's not it at all. The twist isn't that one of the good characters is bad, that's Disney's whole gist these days. It's that the villain is what we're just trying to find is just corrupted without her heart. And that was just so good in my opinion. Moana is awesome. Case closed. And now we're all caught up on Disney rankings until Disney completes the new era of movies. I might go back and rank the older eras. I feel like, if I feel like it, but for now, I'm going to go focus on other kinds of videos. There'll be other rankings within, but, I just don't want to be a ranking only kind of channel. But, if you enjoyed this, as always, make sure to like. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. That always helps. But let me know your ranking down below. And till then, I'll see you later. Bye.